up, everyone? It's Andy Journeyman, and today we're going to be talking about Farlight84. This is a battle royale that initially dropped on mobile and has now made its way over to the Steam page and is now crossplay between PC and mobile gamers. So Farlight84 was first released with this year, 2023, on April 24th, and has been pretty big on the mobile game space, which is why I guess they decided to shoot for going to PC. And later on, they will be going to consoles. I believe in 2024, the Switch might get a release date a little earlier than the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So, to get a gist of what the game is, it is a futuristic, post apocalyptic battle royale, which gives me vibes playing it for the first time of Apex Legends. I mean, that goes from the character choosing screen to kind of like the movement. Definitely not as fluid since this is a mobile game that's moved to PC. But I'm just speaking jetpack wise. Like you're able to speed boost forwards. You're able to jump up higher with a jetpack and able to run up walls, depending on what character you have. Now the name Farlight84, the 84 is for 2084. And from the looks of it, there seems to be a couple maps that you could choose from playing in the game. They all have basically the same kind of vibe to them. I think some are strictly for duos, some are strictly for squads. It just depends on what you're feeling, on what map you'll play on. So once you first go into the game, you'll be greeted with kind of, it says a tutorial, but as soon as I went to try and play tutorial, it kind of just threw me to the main screen, so I never really got to see how the tutorial was. Um, but everything seems to be pretty basic on the home screen. You'll have your shop. They have a little icon in the bottom left hand corner that kind of shows you the chat so you can talk to people. I don't know. I've never really seen that except for on mobile games, so this is kind of new. I guess that's people you could talk to and kind of join up with. You'll obviously have in the top left hand corner your profile, your level, along with your friends and stuff like that. And then in the bottom right, you'll be able to start the game. And getting into the gameplay, everything seems, I play with controller, which they said controller is in beta at the moment. You can't play on mouse and keyboard, and you're obviously going against people on mobile. And me playing on controller and on the computer, I kind of just ran through everybody. There really was no competition when it came down to it. The game was pretty easy. The aim assist seems very, very strong in the game. So if you are on controller, be ready because you will be just snapped on the targets, and you really won't miss any shots if you're pretty decent on controller. Well, you don't even have to be pretty decent. You can be beginner. You really could be the first time picking it up, and I believe the game's gonna just aim straight for you. Now, when you got to longer distances and shooting at people, it was a little bit harder to hit them, but for the most part, aiming was really too hard. Now, going into the abilities and everything, I play with two characters. The first one being the pizza girl. She seems to be like the main character or the main person of the game that they kind of show off and everything like that. And she was able to speed boost around. The abilities I can say feel a little lackluster, especially hers with the speed boost abilities or recovery stamina, whatever it was, didn't really seem to be too effective in my opinion. I really didn't feel like I needed to use her ability at all. But like I said, I'm on computer and I'm on a controller, so I kind of had the game in easy mode. But at the same time, like I said, it really just didn't seem no reason for me to be popping her like ultimate or anything like that. But after that, I ended up playing with a girl who she seems kind of like more of like the emo vibe, emo gothic chick, shy. I played with her and she was able to throw smokes and then was also able to drop supply packages. So she was more of like a support character. As you play this game, if you decide to play it, you will get heavy Apex Legend vibes. I'm talking about, it seems like they literally took the same things of Apex and just put different skins on them. It is very, very similar to it. Like I said, from the movement wise with jetpacks to the way you fall and drop in. You'll drop in from pods, and it kind of reminds me of a game on VR. I cannot remember the name of it, but you kind of just go in pods. That's kind of the same way this one is, but you also have a leader who takes you to wherever you want to go. So that that guy that has the Apex vibes to it. And landing is the same way. Um, the game, like I said, is like the mobile version stripped out and just plastered onto Steam because it still has like I've played PUBG Mobile before. And it has there's certain accessibility features, so it makes a little bit easier on you to be able to pick up things, open doors, pick up supplies, sort out certain attachments for weapons, and this is what this game does. But it doesn't really tell you how to do it. As you play the game, you'll eventually figure it out, unless you just so happen to get into tutorial, unlike me. But as I played it, I was not able to, find these things out at first. So I kind of had to play through the game and figure out what was going on and what it was. Now, let me preface this is a free to play game. So when I jumped into this, I did not think that I was going to be getting, something crazy, outstanding game. I was just, I saw somebody playing it and I thought, I'd like to try it out. Free to play. And it seemed to have a lot of reviews, so I thought it was, had to be somewhat decent. But the longer I played it, the more I realized of how janky it was, and I think that's just because it's a mobile game and it's not made for a PC. And that goes from like the controls, the movement, everything seemed a little floaty, I guess you could say. Well, floaty as in movement wise, but when you got into jumping with the jetpack and stuff, that seemed very stiff and animation wise. I really didn't feel like I had much control when I did stuff like that. Now, one cool thing that I did find was the cars or the vehicles you could drive in the game. I feel like that's a unique touch that I haven't really seen in any other. I mean, obviously you're able to drive vehicles, but these being this game being a futuristic setting and having these futuristic vehicles that have weapons on the side of them, I found that to be pretty decent. I could see where that could be kind of OP when it comes to like end game or something like that. But for the most part, when people came, driving up on these vehicles trying to attack us, I really didn't seem too affected by it. I wasn't like trying to run for my life. I kind of was just, you could basically ping them out their vehicle, and the vehicles can't take too much damage. They seem to, be pretty well health wise, pretty stable. So it's not too crazy, but I feel like if you got a whole squad of people with just in cars riding around, I could see where that would be an issue. One thing about the game as well is the issue of bots, and that seems to be a new thing in today's gaming culture. Adding bots to have to give people the visualization of the lobby being full, but in reality, you could tell I had when I was playing squads, I had teammate bots, and it's very hard to decipher though. I can't say this between a real person and a bot, given you're playing with people on phones, so you don't know if you have some random 4-year-old kid that took their parents' phone and has no clue what they're doing, between an actual bot that is just making dumb decisions. Now there was one that just gave itself away, given that it was just shooting into the ground towards an enemy, but it was shooting, it was facing a hill and it was kind of shooting through the hill trying to hit the enemy. So that one kind of gave itself away. But for the most part, I feel like there's a lot of bots in there. But I'm going to keep going back and saying that I was playing on easy mode, given it was on mouse and keyboard, but I was using controller and on a computer, so I wasn't expecting too much uh, fight back from anybody. Now, as of me making this video, which is the 26th of September 2023, we have a concurrent player base of 17,000, with the 24-hour peak being 25,000, which I find kind of crazy. Given the game, I don't know where I take it. This is just coming from Steam in general. Um, and it looks like maybe most of these people might be like me, just trying the game out. But for what it is right now, this game did drop, I believe, the 21st of September. So this is only, 5 days post drop. But like I said, for them to have 17,000 people playing at the moment, and it actually has pretty decent reviews. Looking at the reviews of everybody in here, it being very positive, and the recent reviews being mostly positive. The game, like I said, for a mobile game, it's pretty decent. Especially if you're taking this around, you could play cross-play between computer and your phone. So if you don't feel like playing on your phone, you can jump on your computer. But if you're away from your computer and you feel like playing a game, you can hop on your phone, and it's cross-platform, obviously, but it's cross progression is what I meant to say. So both of these, I mean, you win on your phone, and it obviously goes to your PC and vice versa. So I feel like that's something that a lot of games don't have right now. That's something that could be done. But to get to the bottom of it, for this to be a PC game released on Steam, do not be looking for an Apex Legends, PUBG, Fortnite type battle royale. I think it's more on the levels of Realm Royale, I guess. I've never played the game, but from looking at it, it kind of gives me those kind of vibes. But it's also mobile version of it. So all the accessibility features that came from a phone are going to be on the PC version. It has not been accommodated that this is a PC version of the game. It's literally like they just took the PC, I mean the mobile version, threw it on PC, steady your finger, it's your mouse cursor that touches everything. So yeah, if you guys, it's free to play, so it's always worth a shot. But if you're into Apex Legend clones, that's free, I guess you could give it a shot, but in my opinion, I would just go ahead and go with the original Apex. So for this game, I'll be giving it a flat 4 out of 10. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.
Victory!